Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Squared Circle. It is March 11th, 2013. We have a very interesting show to get to tonight. We have sitting here, all getting ready to celebrate their 200th episode, one half of the most unusual pair of guys I've seen on the internet to date. We have Lurch from Lurch and Dom's live broadcast. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, we'll be explaining that. Google it shortly. Google it.
Google me.
Google
You will
Lurch.
find nothing.
This is quite the character here. He's going to be. You're going to have to fill me in a little while about what happened at NAFW because I got some bad news. I went out to my car. I know I told you guys I was going to be there. I went out to my car. I couldn't believe it. It's like, again?
Aces and eights, strikes again.
The tires. Those are expensive tires, guys, okay? You dented my front end. They keyed it. They spray painted it. I am reaping what I sow. With that NWO North Haven chapter. I mean, my past is coming back to haunt me.
Did you get the hazard insurance on the tires? Because claim it was a hazardous accident. I ran over a bunch of knives at once.
That's freak. That's very freaky.
Just say that when you go bring the car back. I ran over knives at once.
I was in back of a knife truck, and it the back opened up.
Yeah, say that. That'll work.
There you go. Freak accident. But, no, seriously, I mean, guys, I got the bat tonight, okay? I got back up here.
I got cactus.
You got a cactus. We'll get to that.
Beat you with a cactus.
Beat you with a cactus, and we'll be getting to that. But we normally don't have the guests come out until a little later, but we don't want you to sit all there by your lonesome on the side desk. I mean, it's just you. Dom's not here tonight, and
That would just be like walking up to the camera, making faces, be like, "Hello."
oh, we'll just bring you out. We're trying. We try new, innovative things here in the Squared Circle every now and then. Like a couple weeks ago, we had a couple girls on, and we didn't even have this desk.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was probably our best work yet. But let's talk about the worst work yet I've seen so far from TNA. Lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of aces and eights, this has Eric Bischoff's writing all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? The little set is better.
Yeah.
It's really not even worth talking. Bully Ray, aces and eights. Who didn't see that coming? Gee. You know, the only thing is Brooke Hogan going to go with her husband, or is she going to stick with her father? Gee.
Let's think. What would make sense in that situation? What would make sense?
Well, and they'll do the opposite.
Exactly.
But we haven't seen the scenario before, Stephanie McMahon. We haven't seen her, a daughter torn between her husband and the father.
I know.
Triple H and Mr.
Yeah.
McMahon. We've never seen this scenario before.
No, never.
No.
It was the first time for everything.
Right.
How about this for innovative? Brooke and Hulk Hogan are now. Bully Ray is the president. Hogan's the CEO,
Right.
the chief executive officer of Aces and Eights.
Well, they're running out of people to put in aces and eights, so.
Yeah, let's just all join Aces and Eights, shall we? We'll all be one big happy biker family.
And change, the from TNA to A and 8.
A and E or whatever. Well,
A and 8.
Yeah.
And be done with it. It's just getting really just ridiculous now.
Yeah.
It's
too much. Enough said, the better. I mean, the other match is Velvet Sky, Waterbury's own Velvet Sky.
Right.
I love her.
You love her. You're in love with Velvet Sky.
Who isn't in love with Velvet Sky? What straight male out there isn't in love with Velvet Sky?
I'm in love with Velvet Sky, but I'm also in love with Gail Kemp.
Yeah.
This is true. But if I had to pick between two, it's Velvet Sky every day, twice on Sunday.
Wow.
So that was the knockout style. She retained. Rob Terry won over Robbie E.
Rude and Aries kept the tag belts. Wes Briscoe defeated Kurt Angle. Team TNA, however, did defeat Aces and Eights.
No surprise
I
there.
mean, yay.
Yeah,
No surprise there.
everybody was happy that Team TNA won, and everybody was looking to see a great scientific catch-as-catch-can match between Bully Ray and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah, you know what? The other night they had, last week they had Old School Raw. I think TNA every week is Old School Raw.
I think so.
If you look at it, you know, between Anderson and Angle and Hardy and RVD and Hogan and Bischoff. Wait, that's Old School Raw every week on TNA.
Where's the Iron Sheik? Actually, considering they're only TV 14, they would have to become like TV X rated for the Iron Sheik because
Right.
he has no filter.
Yeah,
No Phil. Howard Stern's had him on before.
yeah.
Follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter. He's hysterical.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, look him up on Twitter.
He is more than the character he was on TV. He is definitely a character in real life. He's larger than life,
Larger than life.
definitely.
Larger than life.
You know you're doing something right where if you Google Iron Sheik soundboard and you find like 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
1,000 Iron Cheeks.
Soundboards.
Yeah, soundboards. Not 1,000 Iron
There's
Sheiks,
so
just
many,
1,000 Iron
yeah, so many
Sheik
audio
soundboards.
clips out there, and each one is funnier than the last. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Can't see any of them on here.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
So that's enough of TNA and Iron Sheik. And this is something that John and I have been sort of disagreeing over the last week about this. Because I just don't see the WWE turning this in. I could see them doing something with this, but not what John seems to think they're going to do with it. And this is concerning the supposed and I believe the actual death of William Moody, a.k.a. Paul Bearer. TNA put something up on their website, their Impact. I've actually seen what appears to be the obituary from the Mobile, Alabama newspaper, where having a wake last Friday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and a funeral on Saturday morning. William Moody, of course, well, everybody knows, was Paul Bearer, Undertaker's longtime manager. He has struggled with health problems over the years, weight problems, we all know. And, it looks authentic to me, but John's sort of
Well,
skeptical.
May I? With all due respect, all right, if the man has passed away, and it's a very sad thing, but I will predict WrestleMania shenanigans. Paul Bearer will make an appearance somehow, some way. This is all a work, and it's brilliant, right? Undertaker comes back Monday Night Raw. The following day, Paul Bearer dies. Too coincidental to me. Right? Every news outlet that reported it, from TMZ to NBC, they all cited the WWE.com article. There was no other source for this story. A week later, the newspaper in Mobile, Alabama gets the obit.
A week later.
Yeah. And, come on. They've already killed Mr. McMahon. He was blown up in a limousine, and yet he's still on TV. Undertaker is the dead man walking. They've killed Kane. How many people have they buried in the, buried alive match? Okay? I think it's brilliant work. And I will be in my glory on WrestleMania when Punk has the upper hand on The Undertaker, the lights go out, and all of a sudden the urn with the light coming out of it, and Paul Bearer holding it. Punk turns around, "You're supposed to be dead. They said you were dead." And Undertaker comes up behind him and gets the win. That's how they're going.
I hope so.
That's how they're going to screw Punk at WrestleMania.
I think JR better be calling that match to hear, "By God, he's dead! He's supposed to be dead!"
That'll be fantastic.
They usually bring Jim
Fill it up
Ross
like-
in for WrestleMania.
That will be fantastic. fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll love it. You couldn't write a better script.
that's the, how did they get a hold of that? Now, if he passed away last Tuesday, and how did they get? Are they paying the newspaper in Mobile, Alabama, off somehow, or?
You have to pay for an obit anyway. If I wanted to put your obit in the newspaper, you got to pay for it. It's not free.
Wouldn't they get in trouble if it was?
It's a work, and they could have taken out an advertisement and disguised it as an obituary. And somewhere in the fine print in the bottom, this is an advertisement for entertainment purposes only, something to that effect. It's a work, and even if they fake the death certificate and the fake news, the obituary, what's going to happen to him? They get a fine? Vince will laugh his way all the way to the bank. Come on. Vince got every news outlet, every legitimate news outlet, to report on his story. Mention Paul Bearer and The Undertaker without having to pay, Entertainment Week, Entertainment Weekly on, Entertainment Tonight, TMZ, and all these, right before WrestleMania, he gets all of this free press. It's too coincidental. It's just too pat for me.
I would hope you're right, but
I think it'll be great.
I hope you are, because
awesome.
he was, as it stands right now, if this is the case, he was probably one of the greatest managers.
Right. And William Moody, I apologize, and believe me, it's a sad thing if it's true, but I'm hoping it's not, and I'm hoping he comes out at WrestleMania and shocks the world. That'll be great, because after that, Vince is going to get so much more free press.
They could always come up with like a new Paul Bearer like character if he is gone too.
Right.
So it makes it look
Somebody
like
else, because they've had a fake Undertaker and
Yeah, Paul Bearer is hard to pull off, though. He had one distinctive look about him.
Yeah. Maybe maybe they cut a promo on the video screen. Maybe before he passed away. Maybe they had it all lined up. Maybe it'll come out, on a video screen.
Never know.
And escort the Undertaker into the afterlife, and this will be the last we see the Undertaker.
Because I got a theory about when the Undertaker does retire.
Yeah.
He's going to somehow there's going to be a new Undertaker. And the Undertaker is going to turn back into Mark Calloway and not remember the last 20 years. Sort of like the Men in Black.
Yeah.
What happened?
I could see him wanting to try that, but you're never going to replace. You're never going to replace him.
No. There is one Mark Calloway, and he's phenomenal.
Supposed to be the next Stone Cold.
Yeah. It's not going to happen.
But anyway, I got some other WWE news, and then we'll get over that. We're gonna drill Mr. Lurch here.
That's not PG.
We're gonna drill him questions.
Right.
That's somewhat PG.
I had no part of it. I had no part of that.
Dead Man Down, co-produced by WWE, which starred Wade Barrett, opened over the weekend, only drawing an estimated $5.35 million.
Yeah, it's got terrible reviews. What are you going to do? It's yet another, another failed WWE picture.
Something about the whole WWE, their films.
Right.
Hey, Knucklehead was a funny movie. That was a funny movie.
And at the same time, Marine 3 came out on DVD. And in 2 weeks it'll be in Redbox. So I recommend waiting for Redbox again for $1.25 or whatever it is.
Yeah, they don't make movies. They make wrestling.
Right.
Every time they try to venture out into something else, it never works. Although I got to admit, I liked the restaurant in Times Square. I was kind of disappointed that it went out of business.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun, and it was fun when they had the Diva Search there. Mm-hmm. That was great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
But everything they do besides wrestling, they tried football. They're doing this movie.
XFL.
Right.
Linda McMahon tried running for political office.
Hey, she's going to run again. Speaking of political office, Jesse the Body Ventura. I posted it on the Squared Circle website on Facebook, Squared Circle on Facebook.
Yep.
Jesse the Body Ventura going for a run for president on the independent ticket.
in 2016.
Yes,
I really wanted him to run this past time.
Yeah.
Because I think if he did, we might have a different president right now.
Dom for president still. I'm still voting for him 2016. Dom for president.
So maybe we'll get.
Are you going to be Dom's running mate?
Heck no.
Maybe in 2016 we'll have Ventura as president and Lyndon McMahon in Congress.
Times could change.
And the Capitol will be turned into a giant wrestling ring.
Capital punishment
Capital
will
punishment.
return.
So, all right, there's some big shakeups. Speaking of creative, WWE's planning to spend more money on it. I think they need to.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I really think they do. They want to hire more writers to handle new shows on the third hour of Raw.
Now, which third hour are they talking? The first one part?
Probably-
the third, the last part of it?
It was hire more writers to handle new shows on the third hour of Raw. So they're probably talking the 8 to 9 where, doesn't it get a little bit boring every week? CM Punk comes out there for 45 minutes and tells you how awesome he is.
And at least it's not like a Triple H promo. It's like, I'm the game. I gotta beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's my
Yeah,
dad.
it's good.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. You have the CM Punk infomercial, or when The Miz was the main heel, you had him with his infomercial there.
Still waiting for the ice cream bars, though.
Yep.
I know. I'm disappointed. I wanted to see the CM Punk ice cream bars. You're right.
Well, another failed project for WWE. Where is this network? Damn it.
Yeah, they're talking about that too. They want to add writing staff for the eventual network,
Yeah.
and they want to establish a designated digital media writing crew to handle new content on the internet.
Well, they got to fix that phone app.
I don't have the phone app.
Don't bother.
I don't need it. I don't need
I'm
the
sorry,
phone app.
people. It stinks. Get a new one. Make it better.
I don't have any apps for my phone.
Uh,
My phone gets internet and video camera, and that's about it.
You should find that CM Punk meme and just say, fix the WWE app. Apologize.
right. There you go.
Because I think they do need to spend money on this creative instead of spending money on political campaigns that don't.
And anyone that they get rid of on the WWE creative staff is going to jump right over to TNA and just rehash everything that they wrote at WWE.
Who needs more help anyway than the WWE does? I think at times.
Yeah.
With their creative team. They just let go of a guy named Eric Piankowski, the senior vice president of creative.
Yeah.
He was from Hollywood. He was a movie writer, whatever, television writer from Hollywood, and they thought, well, we'll bring this guy in. It works for movies. It works for television. It didn't really work so well with.
Right.
So, who do they really need to hire as a creative writer?
Vince Russo.
Oh, God, kill me now, please. We're not going to have this gentleman back on the show, thank you.
He's welcome anytime.
They need somebody that was a fan at some point, that grew up watching the product. I think they're just bringing in, creative people that don't understand the wrestling
They're
product.
bringing in soap opera writers
Right.
from soaps that aren't even on the air anymore, so that should tell you something. If they're not.
It's a totally different animal. It's like bringing in the classical musician to write an AC/DC song. You might know how to put notes on the page, but you don't know what AC/DC is all about. You're bringing in a science fiction writer or a dramatic TV writer to come in and write a wrestling show. And I would definitely find somebody that grew up as a fan, knows the characters already, at least the classic characters, and has an idea of what the audience, us, want to see.
Exactly.
I don't want to see One Life to Live or Guiding Light or whatever the heck it is. These AJ love story triangle.
Yeah,
They should bring back.
different.
They should bring up a special episode. Bring back the greatest jobbers of all time. Bring back Barry Horowitz, the Goon, Battle Cat.
Mancini.
Mancini.
Mario Mancini.
Yeah, just bring back all the Javas of like the greatest era ever, and have them all like fight each other. And Zack Ryder comes out as the new champion of jobberness.
There you go. The jobber champion.
The Job Squad.
The jabroni heavyweight champion.
There you go.
From the heavyweight champion. There we go.
There
we
you go.
have something.
So we just wrote, there's your show. There's an
And
episode.
that
Send the check
And
here.
that would be way more exciting than AJ Lee sleeping with Daniel Bryan or CM
And
Punk.
I've said it many times. I love AJ Lee, but God, I'm tired of that story.
AJ Lee's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
No,
She's really good in the ring, but
what sets AJ Lee apart from the other divas? The facial expressions.
Absolutely.
She can pull those off like nobody's business.
Yep.
That's what sets her apart.
You know, when I think of AJ Lee, I think of facial expressions.
she can the mood swings.
Yeah, definitely. She's a great little actress, and I'm just tired of the storyline. They got to give her something else to do. I thought when they made her general manager that she could have done something with that, and then they
I don't know why they took that away from her.
it just they didn't let it grow. They didn't let it turn into something bigger.
I know.
Yeah, now we have to deal with excuse me
Yeah.
every Monday day. Excuse me.
But and again, I've said before, she makes you hate her. Vicky Guerrero is excellent at what she does. She is, to
She
quote,
makes you get annoyed.
yeah, to quote Jericho,
Do you think she does that to
she
people
is
on the phone? Excuse me.
She is the best at what she does. She really, and we're sitting here talking about how much we hate her. Well, you know what? She did her job, and she does it very well.
Because we're giving her airtime.
Absolutely.
What else we got here? El Generico. Does anybody know who that is?
Of course I know who El Generico is.
Inform me.
This guy's going to pretty much be the next CM Punk, to put it long and short.
Okay.
With a lot more Lucha Libre skills. Or, they did demask, and now he's going by his, actual name, Rami Seba, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, if you don't know who he is, Google him and look, just even watch his finisher move, that friggin' top rope brainbuster. Whew, sends chills on my spine seeing it.
I
Painful.
gotta check that out. NXT is hitting a new market this past weekend in Valdosta, Georgia. So they're getting out of Florida. They're gonna,
Wow.
that should be that's an interesting move for them.
Yep.
And they're putting this Rami Saba, former El Generico, as part of their roster. Where was he competing before? Was it Ring of Honor, I believe?
Pretty much everywhere, but his mainstay was Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But he's competed everywhere. He's been all over the world. I think he did a little time in New Japan. It was just funny because it was just some crazy white Canadian doing a Lucha Libre gimmick.
Yeah.
And it worked. He made it work.
All right. Can we lose Fandango now, please? Oh, God.
Let the
I've
A
I've
travel.
never been so tired of a character in my life.
They really just
Inhale the A and then exhale it out.
Oh,
They just really screwed.
it's horrible.
Django.
I'll tell you what, the rating must drop when that guy comes on. I turn it off.
A year ago I thought Bronus Clay was the stupidest thing I've seen in my entire life. I think they just replaced him.
Yeah. Oh, God. I get what they're trying to do, and I almost like it, but I just don't like that guy.
Well, let's think about it like this from a marketing standpoint. Johnny Curtis, because I'm not going to spend 5 minutes saying his whole name,
Right.
is debuting with Dancing with the Stars coming on TV next week.
Yeah.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like people can say, "Oh, look, he dances. I'm gonna watch wrestling just to see him dance."
Not going to happen. Again, that goes back to the writing. They're not writing for their
Yeah.
core audience. They're trying to get other people in.
They're trying to get other people in so they come up with a character like,
Please don't.
even if he was standing right here, he'd tell me I was doing it wrong anyway.
right.
I could do it exactly the same way he's doing it.
Yeah.
They should have just had him just be himself, Johnny Curtis. He's a great wrestler. They should have just had him be himself.
Yeah.
He's one of the few
When
guys that does.
when is he finally going to wrestle?
You know what? I mean, if they're smart, they won't let him wrestle at all.
They'll just get rid of him.
No, they'll just keep,
If you want to see him
Let's
wrestle,
keep
just
doing
YouTube
this
him.
and then...
they'll keep dragging it out. So he'll be on TV 100 times before he wrestles. Before he actually gets into the ring.
They'll drag it out, and then and then Booker T will come out and no, you're getting in the ring or you're done.
Somebody will toss him into the ring.
Yeah, exactly. For tonight's Raw in Minneapolis, we have another appearance by The Undertaker. What else do we have here? Chris Jericho, I believe. Tonight's Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Chris Jericho. I have the actual schedule here for everybody, but I don't really. I want to get back. Get over to Lurch. But that's what you can expect tonight. Appearances by them, talking about their feuds or matches for WrestleMania. Triple H versus Lesnar, CM Punk versus Undertaker. I'm sure we'll have John Cena and The Rock confront each other again.
And may I remind you that I called the Triple H Brock Lesnar fight right here on this show?
You did.
Thank you very much.
It's CM Punk versus Undertaker too as well.
Yep.
You're better than Nostradamus.
Called that months ago. So, my track record being as it is, going back to my prediction of Paul Bearer.
We'll see.
I'm not going to let that go. Well, you're going to hear that all the way till WrestleMania.
I was trying to convince him so badly.
All the way to WrestleMania, you're going to hear that prediction. Sorry.
I think that tonight, when Triple H and Brock Lesnar meet in the ring, it's going to be very funny because you have Triple H, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to hurt you. And Brock Lesnar's like, you're going to do that. I'm going to hurt you. Come on.
You're right.
Because everything with Brock Lesnar is on steroids, but his voice.
As he jumps from one foot to the other.
Brock Lesnar. So he signed another 2 years.
Yeah. God knows what he's going to do.
He'll be dancing around with Bruce Clay in another 6 months, probably.
He'll be Sweet B.
It'll be Brock Lesnar versus Ryback.
That's a good eventual confrontation.
Yeah, who's calling the coroners, right? It'll be botchamania.
Really?
Between the two of them. They'll actually need Paul Bearer. Because neither one of them can really wrestle.
Brock. Anyway, Mr. Lurch.
Here we are.
Welcome
Mr. J. Williams.
to my hometown of North Haven, Connecticut.
Thank you. I used to work right down the street in Meriden at Panera and some stupid car dealership. It is very hard to curb my language right now.
So you were able to find Route 5.
Oh, yeah.
In North Haven,
No problem.
no problem.
It's just getting here from Danbury.
Wow.
Well,
Danbury.
which is the home of your radio show?
No, the home of my job.
Oh, the home of your job. Gotcha.
The
your
radio show's in Waterbury.
Is
Yeah.
in Waterbury. Oh, wow. So that's not even that close either.
And my favorite bar is in Beacon Falls.
Oh.
See? I go all over the place.
You're a traveling man. You've been everywhere, like the Johnny Cash song.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've been everywhere.
How was the NAFW card?
The NEFW card for the first half I was there was great. I decided to get involved in the open challenge. That was a bad idea. I got bruised by a midget. Then next, bear with me, I'm trying to think. Then it was like a next generation 3-on-3 tag match. That was a very good match. New up and coming stars. I couldn't remember what the names are because our sound system wasn't that great. So anytime the announcer said something sounded, who? And then after that, Sami Lane defended her title against Valkyrie and won her title. Then afterwards, it was Riot Upstart Nation versus Johnny Miyagi, two other guys. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. It was a whirlwind of a night. JT Dunn joined Fenris Fortune's faction. So that was pretty... That was probably one of the best promos I've seen out of NEFW. It's on YouTube. Look up JT Dunn, NEFW, the promo he cut. Got a little bit in trouble because he dropped the F-bomb a couple times.
Uh-oh.
And then after that was intermission, and I didn't stay for the second half of the card, but I spent a 2-hour car ride with Marty Jannetty. So I love NEFW to death, but which one are you going to choose, NEFW or a car ride with Marty Jannetty?
Nice.
Hanging with Marty.
Oh, yeah, no.
You were hanging with a rocker.
My Ride with Marty. There you go.
I could honestly write a book about that ride. We couldn't stay on one subject. We kept veering off. It's like, It was one of those rare moments. He did openly talk about Shawn Michaels. Not gonna get the details of that. Some of the stuff he told me not to blab out loud, but I'll respect. But yeah, that was a great car ride. Yeah, no, we had a great time. The first 2-hour car ride where I didn't have the radio on at all. I was just absorbing in everything.
Nice.
But yeah.
That's a lot of knowledge there.
Speaking of NEFW, I have a whole list of things you need to check out NEFW-wise.
Yes, that's my second question.
We're gonna
Okay.
cut the promo on NEFW right now.
The NEFW Battleground is the next one, and this time I will be there. Nobody's slitting my tires this
We'll
time.
see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Go to NEFWProWrestling.com for all your NEFW news and website-related websiteness. Follow us on Instagram at NEF Wrestling. I don't know who picked the title, or NEFW Wrestling. I don't pick these titles for what's going on. NEFW Official on Twitter, New England Frontier Wrestling on Facebook. Am I forgetting anything? FenrisFortune.com.
Fenris Fortune.
For some reason, on our Facebook page, we have the link to Daphne's fan page. I don't know who put that there. That definitely wasn't me.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Nope. Yep, it's NEFW Official on Twitter. And yeah, that's about it all website-wise now. But, like you said, Battleground coming up. Let me get to that lovely page here
That
on
is
Facebook.
May 11th, I believe.
Yes. I have to get the Facebook open with that. It is May 11th. We have Amazing Red on there. Homicide from TNA. That's going to be a good show.
Nice.
I mean, that's going to be a good match. Oh, DIUTV.com. All this wrestling stuff, I totally forgot to plug myself. DIUTV.com. Lucha Down Live broadcast. Sunday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Rusty Razor podcast, randomly live. Oh, and the DIU TV title, which will be debuted at Battleground.
That's the DIU TV title.
Yes.
And you're giving it to Eric Newton and Company to use as a belt?
Yep, what's going to be done with it is it's going to be what we're aiming to do is an 8-man, next generation champion. Give it to some new person who works hard for it.
Because that's what you do. You want to make sure somebody earns that. Because it's your 200th episode coming up pretty soon.
I know, that's when we will be debuting the belt. 30-man over the top rope, next generation battle royal. Cheer for me. I'm in it. I somehow got booked into it, but it was interesting. A lot of people are very excited for it.
How did you get involved with independent wrestling? And
Back in the day, I was a huge fan of Defiant Pro Wrestling. I would go to as many shows as I possibly could. Mikey Milano, rest in peace. And then those shows stopped. I stopped going to independent wrestling shows because I didn't really know that many around. And then my friend Mecca said, "Hey, I'm debuting as a valet for this New England Frontier Wrestling. You want to go?" I'm like, "Sure, cool," because I need a ride. Like, okay. So I went up, and next thing I know, I'm setting up a ring, doing interviews, and now I'm on commentary and managing and being involved in matches all of a sudden.
everything. It's amazing.
Yes.
You're just a jack of all trades.
That's what it says on my resume. And there's going to be a 5-on-5 Defiant Inc. versus Team NEFW. No names have been announced for either teams yet.
Becca Dunlap, she's one of the managers. She manages the tag team champions, right?
No, the new tag team champions right now are Amazing Red and Brian XL, but she does manage the Purist, or as everyone likes to call it, those Beaver Dam Purist. Can you say that word on the air? Can you say DAMN?
Dam as in something to keep the water back?
Yeah, we'll just call it Beaver Dam.
There you go.
Yeah, she manages the Purist, and there's a lot more to come with her, as far as I know. And
Another great talent. They have some great talent. That
also, tag team title match featuring Amazing Red Brian XL versus Homicide and Eddie Kingston. That is going to be match of the night. I'm calling it right now. Match of the night is that. You know, you got Eddie Kingston, who's very technical. Same with Brian XL. Amazing Red flies all over the place, and well, Homicide just destroys things.
Yeah, but that's Homicide. We know Homicide.
Yeah,
right.
Homicide and Hernandez. Have you worked for anybody else besides NEFW?
WrestleJam. I've worked for WrestleJam. I'm just a hype man for them. That's when I get to play around and come up with different gimmicks besides, Eric Lurch. Yeah.
Eric Lurch, the Southern Sweetheart.
Yep.
That's another Facebook page.
Yep, like that page. Follow me on Twitter, Lurch DIUTV. So many different things I got to promote tonight. I'm trying to keep track of them.
So you
Like
have
that
all
for a
these
smartphone.
characters. What are some of your other characters?
I
You
have
have an Irish character, I understand?
Ryan Flanagan. I have Richie Frank. I have a couple more other ones I've been toying with in my head to figure out how to use them. Not going to mention anything.
So
He's
you,
got more personalities than Mick Foley.
yeah, I was going to say you have more personalities than Cactus Jack.
Cheap plug.
Bang, bang.
Bang bang.
Yeah, he's got some...
Tell us
pretty
about
interesting
your radio show.
Well, Dom started it as kind of like just a way to promote music about 4.5 some odd years ago, give or take. Dom, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll keep this here just in case. I came on as a guest one night, then the next night, then so on and so forth. I'd just been leaving. Lurch Dom Live Broadcast was born. And I'm so horrible at dates. My brain's always fried from work.
You said you're coming up with your 4-year anniversary, I believe?
4-year anniversary and 200th episode.
200 episodes.
All in the same night.
So you're 800 episodes behind, well, more than 800 behind Raw right now.
Pretty much.
So you get
March 24th.
no shot of catching up.
Yeah.
How often are you on? When can we catch you?
Sunday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I'm sometimes a surprise guest on the Rusty Razor podcast on DIU TV. It just
So this
depends.
DIU TV has other shows besides Lurch
Yes.
and Dom.
Rusty Razor podcast is run by a very good friend, Designated Dave. He just moved out here from California a few months ago. And if he does his podcast and I'm around, he said, "Come on down." Okay. And also another show I'm a part of, Full Circle Radio on RadioDefiant.com. Check that out.
I have to. The Full Circle is the photographers.
No, not the photographers. It was started by actually Mikey Milano from Defiant Pro Wrestling, and I was just recently brought aboard as a panelist. And by the way, all the shows I'm listing, DIU TV and Full Circle Radio, are not family friendly. We have parental advisories and everything. We are very inappropriate. We do not curb our language at all.
North Haven, at least he's being honest with you.
At your own risk.
If you are a parent and your kids are watching it, I question your parenting tactics. Or your parents are just like mine.
It's if you're an adult, an educated adult, and you could take it for what it is, just guys having fun doing an internet show in their in a basement.
Oh, and Dom's cartoon, Rich and the Angry Pirate. Look that up on YouTube.
It's adult humor, and
Is there anything you don't
definitely can
do?
appreciate.
That would be an easier question. Is there anything you don't do?
That list is long and distinguished. I don't date women my own age. That's something I don't do.
Well, George Burns said there were no women of his own age. So
I don't know who that is.
George Burns, wow,
George Burns.
out there.
God.
Yeah, yeah. He lived to be about 100 years old. So by the
that.
time there were no women of his age.
Well, how about that?
Amazing. So this DIU TV has different shows on it. Where do you see that going in the future? Do you think there's going to be like a DIU network?
Let's put it
on
this
the
way.
internet?
We didn't think we'd make it to 200 episodes, so whatever happens after the 200th happens. We get nothing accomplished now due to rubber band guns. Thank you, Sean Fowler, for the rubber band guns.
You should have brought your rubber band gun.
Very
What if
expensive
these
equipment here.
Ace guys come in?
I have a bat and I have a cactus. And I will probably do absolutely nothing.
So what is you don't just talk about wrestling on there. You talk about many other topics.
It's pretty much a show about nothing. We talk about everything. We don't have a set forum. The only forum we have is at 9 o'clock, the go ampersand yourself with a cactus, where something or someone during the week has agitated you, and you tell them to go ampersand with a cactus.
Use your imagination.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Is that your favorite part, would you say? That something, I was really stressed out and aggravated last Sunday, and I called up you guys, and I could feel the stress just after I got what I had to see off my chest.
It all kind of started where we would think of new segments, and the Tiger Woods scandal started. And I'm like, God, what a A-Word. And I'm like, Dom, let's start a segment called Lurch's A-Word. And then our buddy White Cheddar, LLS, look him up on YouTube, came up with Lurch's rectal cavity. We decided to call it that. Then the title kind of got stale. I'm like, okay, we got to think of a new title. And I just saw this meme with a guy that looked like Eminem going like this. Go ampersand yourself with a cactus. I'm like, we are calling it that.
Yeah, nice. Well, you know, it's almost like a public service. You know, you let somebody vent their frustration
Exactly.
out, and you know, when you can tell somebody to go.
The
and,
cartoon
you know,
drawings, I mean, are great.
and you know, you can tell somebody
who is your
off
artist?
on the
Don
air.
does all those.
That's amazing.
When you
Go
can tell somebody
animate.com.
off on the air, it's kind of yeah, prevents you from going out and doing it in real life. So
Exactly. You know, you're better off maybe in a lot of respects.
Yeah.
It's good that there's people like
it's
Lurch and
public
Don out there.
service.
Sometimes I've had, you know, ones that gone out for at least a good 5 minutes of me ranting, and then ones are like, what ticked me off this week? This picture of Gail Kim, that ticked me off this week. I'll think of it like right off the spot or something.
So, what if, let's say, Vince McMahon or Dixie Carter were to come across you
Okay.
and say, why don't you come work for me? Would you do it?
My answer would be like, what are you on and can I have some? I mean, if it were to happen, hey, great, yeah, I'll take the opportunity. But this is just for fun right now. It's a dream I'm living. If it goes that far, hey, it goes that far. But I'm not, like, putting it as top priority because there's a lot better talent than me out there.
You see yourself being like the next Jimmy Hart or Bobby Heenan or something like that?
There's a lot better managers out there. If I were to get signed as a manager, some of these other people didn't, there was something wrong. Like, just to list off, you got Fenris Fortune, Joseph J. Alexander. There's one guy, Joey Eastman. There's one guy in particular, I just can't remember his name. If you go see TWE, he manages Anarchy. There's like so many other better managers out there right now.
Stevie Stamos. You ever heard that name before?
It rings a bell.
The Platinum Entourage?
Yeah, he's-
There it is.
CTWE?
Now I know what you're talking
Friend
about.
of the show,
Vinny V's ETW promotion?
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Joseph von Schmidt.
There's a talent that should just get picked up. Like,
There you
if I
go.
get signed and he doesn't, there's something wrong there.
The writing that he does on his last couple of shows has been far and above.
We'll be down.
Anything.
We'll be down over there again. There, what on the 23rd of
on
this
the
month?
March 23rd.
Shelton, Connecticut.
Shelton, Connecticut, Boys and Girls Club, Powerhouse Wrestling Academy. Yet another great card, another lineup. Got to see it. Got to see
Yeah,
it.
but NEFW is great. PWA is great.
As
Vinny
we always
V, Vinny
say,
V, wherever you are.
let us know what's going on, Vinny V. Call us, Facebook us, get in touch. We want to know if you're okay.
Definitely.
But as we always say on the show, independent wrestling is where it's at. You're going to see tomorrow's stars today.
Even if Tomorrow Star isn't necessarily Lurch.
Oh, there's, like I said, there's tens of thousands of people out there that are better than me.
You know, if you haven't seen him, A.R. Fox. Are you familiar with A.R. Fox?
He wrestled at our last event versus Frank Arion, from what I heard. Match of the night.
Fantastic talent. Why this guy isn't on national TV is beyond
Who
me.
I want to see in a match, and I'm going to talk to Eric, like, we need to make this happen. A.R. Fox versus JT Dunn. That would be like match of the year in just independent wrestling.
Yeah. Anything involving, honestly, I think anything involving A.R. Fox is far and above what's out there now. He's incredible. If you YouTube A.R. Fox, they have a clip of his 30 greatest moves, and one after the other, you're just like jaw-droppingly amazing. You're like, oh my God.
Random fact, the first NEFW event where I was managing a 3-man tag team match, and I was managing the good guys, consisted of Colin Delaney, A.R. Fox,
I remember Colin
and Jay
Delaney.
Freddy.
Nice.
It was cool, just like I'm like on one side of the ring and I see A.R. Fox do that like kick leg moonsault off the pole. It was great.
Yeah. It's just amazing. I mean, he's like better than Jeff Hardy ever was.
I'll have to check him out. I'm not too familiar with him.
as
I
good
have
as
to say.
RVD ever was.
YouTube him.
You know, I mean, he's about 6 foot tall, but he flies around the ring like Mysterio. It's just amazing just to see it. And the match that he had, I believe, was December 1st of last year against Joseph von Schmidt at PWA. Right. To see these two big guys move around the ring, right,
The way they do.
with the agility that they did, was just fantastic.
So, WrestleMania
WrestleMania
29.
29.
Even though it's going on, are you still doing the Lurch and Dom live broadcast?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
We don't know. We haven't really. There's only one match we want to see, and that's Undertaker and CM Punk. Like, we're still up in the air about it. So, we'll figure it out. If not, we might do a live stream. Who knows? That's like, we're more focused on the 200th episode right now than anything.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think's gonna? You got any predictions for WrestleMania? Your CM Punk Undertaker match or anything?
Undertaker, Triple H, John Cena, The Shield, Alberto Del Rio.
Wow.
In that order.
I would say.
I think I'm missing someone there, but
I think you're gonna see Jack Swagger. That's where I would differ from you.
no.
I would
for,
say
for
Jack
one
Swagger.
reason. For one reason, because we know WWE likes to do this. Yeah, they're giving him the push because of the whole Glenn Beck thing, but keep in mind, he screwed up. If he didn't screw up, I'd be siding with Swagger, but past is told, Del Rio's going to win.
Listen to me. Swagger's gonna win. Ziggler hasn't cashed in his briefcase yet.
This is true.
I think Swagger's gonna win, but I think he's gonna be the world champion for all of like a minute.
That's a possibility. I can see, because really Ziggler has nothing scheduled.
Nothing yet. Yeah.
You know, so he's going to want to steal the show and your girlfriend.
Well, I don't have a girlfriend for him to steal.
The problem is, as much as I know he's money in the bank and everything, but think of it from like the writing standpoint they've been doing. When was the last big high-profile match he won?
Right. Well, and you can say that. Honestly, you can say that about CM Punk. When's the last big high-profile match that he won? He's been on a losing streak. Him and John Cena switched roles this year.
Yeah.
Every year they gotta have the big hero be the big loser for like a year.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree with you on definitely John Cena.
They do say The Rock's gonna be at Extreme Rules, so who knows?
So The Rock's actually going to stick around this time?
That's what they're saying on LordsPain.net.
He's going to Hungary to film Hercules. So
After WrestleMania?
Yeah.
So he'll be gone again?
Yeah. And you know what? It's not like he's in Hollywood and can fly out to wherever Raw is. Hungary's a little bit longer of a trip.
That's past Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they really want him. Vince will send a private jet out there just to get him.
I really hope The Rock does show up a little more often than just around WrestleMania.
Nah.
Because,
But this is
They're
this
only
is
going to bring him in for the rating boost.
This is my prediction. We all know Undertaker's going to win. Punk's going to come out and go crazy on how he lost and still go off. Well, I'm the best in the world. Blah blah blah. There's no one else out there that can beat me. Then the glass shatters. Now comes Austin, and just stare down and end the night of Raw like that.
That's a possibility, and they'll drag it out for a year until next WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania 30.
Punk Austin,
the only
WrestleMania
thing,
30.
There's two things Punk has not done: win the Royal Rumble, main event WrestleMania. He's done everything else.
Yeah.
But he's done everything else.
Yeah.
He has to beat The Undertaker too. Because if you're the best in the world, you would have no problem taking out a guy that only wrestles once a year anyway.
And that's why I'm going to call shenanigans, because he'll have the win like almost in the bag, and something will prevent him from doing it. It won't be a clean. Undertaker won't beat him clean, and something will give CM Punk.
It'll give Punk
the
something
impetus.
to complain about the next night.
Right.
The gobbledygook is going to interfere.
Yeah. Well, no, that was.
Maybe the gobbledygooker should try to break the streak. Who knows? So anyway, the significance, we talked about the significance of the cactus and what it means to the Lurch and Dom live broadcast, the greatest internet, anything you want show on Sunday nights. So in honor of this landmark achievement in internet broadcasting, we can't do any expletives here. Anybody we have like 10 minutes left. If you want to call up and vent, do it. We'll go around.
203-234-0025.
That's right. It's time for Take This Cactus.
And shove it.
So we'll start out. John, did anything tick you off this week?
Oh boy. Yeah. I in 5 minutes. Congress, U.S. Postal Service, work it out. All right. Postal Service has been around for over 200 years. Every civilized nation has some sort of postal delivery service. It's not an option. It's a necessity for the American public. Right? We need it. If you get rid of it, the internet goes down. We have we have no other means. Right? You need it. Every civilized society has it. Right? It's rolling into the defense budget, make us part of the military, whatever you want to do. Congress needs to work it out, get the Postal Service solvent again, and I do have a personal interest. I do work for the Postal Service. Mm-hmm. But, come on, it's getting ridiculous. But, and believe me, that was as PG as I can get with it.
So work it out or...
Go sit on a cactus.
That's it.
Sit and spin.
Whoa. Mr. Lurch.
Okay, so I have to think, because I just vented last night. Ooh, I got it. Dumb people. Dumb people all around. The people I talked to on the phone today were like 50 shades of stupid. Alright? And saying it's my fault. I talked to the same woman 4 times. After the 4th time, I go, ma'am, I talked to you 4 times today. I can't take your $50 and restore your service. I will speak to your supervisor. My supervisor's going to tell you the same thing. Click. And the customer hung up on me. So, just stupid people today on the phones.
Dumb all over.
The
Hollywood J.
cactus.
Williams. Oh, yeah. Sit and spin.
Sit and spin. Right. That's it. I am sick and tired of the winter.
Oh.
Sick and tired of you.
I am sick and tired of the winter. I am sick and tired of these weather forecasters messing up the weather. I know it's just a prediction, but when you say something's going to be over at 9 and it ends up being over at 3, and you're only going to have 3 inches and we end up with 7, one snowflake is one snowflake too much for me. Now, I'm a native New Englander. I grew up here in North Haven. I graduated North Haven High School. But as my years progress, winter, you might see the biggest icon of North Haven become the biggest icon of Las Vegas or something.
We had enough this year, definitely.
I got the squared circle in the palm of my hands, just saying.
Yeah. There you go.
So it's that old man winter. Take this cactus and shove it.
Sit and spin.
There we go.
So anybody else?
Where's the thunderous one tonight?
Where is the thunderous one?
Thunderous one. Where are you? We missed you.
The thunderous one. You can blog into Lurch's live broadcast as well.
Oh.
You can chat on the internet. They give you a fake handle though.
There's a way to change that. Down. You would have to let us know how to fix it. I can't remember. Because you just usually spur that thing off, as soon as someone, change the name. And, you know me, I'm just trying to shield myself from rubber bands.
Mm-hmm. That's all. You were getting into the rubber band fight when I called in.
Yeah, sorry about that, but, I like screaming, have a sense of decorum, Damien Sandow would be disappointed.
I remember that. Damien Sandow would definitely not enjoy your show one bit.
He'd be like, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
No, wait, he'd be like, this is ludicrous.
There you go.
What are you doing with a cacti?
It's a cactus. There's one cactus.
2 is cacti.
Yes.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm not up to my... Do you know what kind of cactus that is?
This would be a houseplant cactus, according to the little tag right here.
Oh, okay.
Houseplant cactus. bright filtered light. The height varies. Water when soil surface is dry. Fertilize every fourth watering and avoid overwatering.
There you go.
Grown by Costa Farms in someplace in Florida.
Wow.
Goulds.
Florida, that's where I'm going to be going if it continues
If
to
the
snow.
winter keeps up, right?
Really. So, just a couple more reminders. Once again, PWA, March 23rd.
And we'll be talking about that probably
We'll be
next week
talking
as well.
about that. We are planning out our WrestleMania Spectacular pregame show. You can tune in to it here at NHTV 5:30 to 7 on April 7th, right before WrestleMania.
Right before no, we're not before WrestleMania. WrestleMania is after us.
WrestleMania will be after us.
That's correct.
That's right. We have the venue all picked out. It is the lovely Gaetano's Tavern in Wallingford.
Yes. Excellent Italian cuisine.
Yep. Rated by the New Haven Advocate as the best.
I plan on gaining at least 5 pounds.
At least. So we'll have a little more information on our blog page and our Facebook page very soon.
Yeah.
I will say that. But
Absolutely.
we're going to be wrapping things up here.
Yep.
By the way, if you want to join the chat room on DIUTV.com, sign up for Blog TV. Just need your name and email address and whatever you're going to use in the chat room, and you're good to go.
And NEFW.
NEFWProWrestling.com, NEFW Official on Twitter, NEFW Wrestling Instagram, New England Frontier Wrestling on Facebook, Battleground, May 11th, Chicopee, Massachusetts, I believe, still.
Yes.
DIUTV, holding the Lurch Down Live broadcast Sunday nights at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Rusty Ray's podcast, randomly live. Follow me on Twitter, Lurch DIUTV, all capital letters. And DIUTV belt will be debuted on the 200th episode of Lurch Down Live broadcast, March 24th. And definitely come to Battleground for New England Frontier Wrestling and cheer me in the Battle Royal.
I'm going to make sure I do that. I will be there or I will be square. An ace is an ace.
Look out.
Bully, Hogan, or whoever's involved. I can't even keep up anymore.
Cliff Compton. It's all Cliff Compton.
Who's Cliff Compton?
What do you mean who's Cliff Compton? YouTube him.
I'll YouTube Cliff Compton.
I think after tonight, YouTube owes us a little
I know,
coin.
seriously. But anyway, this is John Zimmerman. Special thanks to Lurch,
I almost hit the little TV right here.
the
Yep.
Southern Sweetheart, and many other characters. And I'm Hollywood J. Williams, your biggest icon here in town. Good night and good luck, and we'll see you next week.